The New Look Foundation is a foundation that empowers youth to get involved in the community by using their gifts and talents. I actually got involved because my dad was friends with Sean, who's the president of New Look. And my dad being a single parent, and me being so young, he wanted me to do something positive instead of just sitting, in the house all summer. So Sean reached out to my father and actually told him about the program. And it started in 2005 as a camp, and now it's progressed into a leadership academy where for 4 years we follow rising ninth graders and teach them our 4 pillars, which are talent, education, career, and service. And now with that, we give them the opportunity to really find what their spark is, what drives them, and how to use that in a creative way to influence others. The 4 pillars were created because we wanted to identify what was most important as rising youth, or youth that are becoming adults. And talent, education, career, and service are all important, and they all coincide with each other. Talent, first off, you want to find what really drives you, what your spark is, what you really are passionate about and what you want to do. Education, now that you found your talent, how can you further your education in that talent through school, through college. Career, what are some jobs now that you can do that really utilize your spark or your talent. And then service, once you've succeeded in finding a career and doing something that you love to do, now how can you give back to other youth who were at step 1, where you were at? Well, what we do is we have Powered by Service trainings where we travel. It's not just in Atlanta, we go everywhere, international too, and we actually work with youth groups and help them define what a spark is, what a talent is, and what their spark is. And we actually have an activity called a personal spark assessment where we hand youth a packet, and it has a list of everything from playing musical instruments, playing basketball, to basket weaving, and everything. And there are a lot of things on there that youth don't think are certified as talents, or they don't think will be considered talents. And the thing that we like to stress to them is that you can use, well, anything can be a talent, anything can be a gift, and anything can be used in a positive way to influence others. My trip to Kenya, when we went to Kibera, we worked with a youth group there, and they were fantastic. And during the training, everyone calls this the fish story, but during the training, one of the youth raised his hand while we were doing the personal spark assessment and actually said, "I see fishing on here. I love to fish, but how could this possibly be used as a talent?" And I didn't know what to tell him off the bat, but the first thing I could think of was, well, say you had like a fishing camp or a fishing organization where you taught other people how to fish that don't know how to fish, or you had an organization where people who just love to fish all came together and fished one weekend. Things like that can really influence others, to want to do positive things if you're doing it, in a positive way. If you can be sort of a role model to younger kids who may love to fish also and may not see it, the way that you see it, you can help influence them in a positive way, and that helps change people's lives. The trip was amazing. I really loved the trip, and Kibera was very different. This was actually my first time traveling outside of the United States, and we went to the slums. So, my first time traveling out of the States, and we're going, right into the belly of the beast. Kibera is one of the most impoverished areas in the world. And we work with some of the brightest and talented youth that I've ever seen in Kibera, actually. And they're like my family now. I still have youth that contact me through Facebook, send me messages, and things like that. So it was an amazing trip, and I'm really proud that I was able to work with some of those youth. Yes, while we were there, we also went to some of the more wealthier parts of the city. We went to a private school, actually, where the elementary school, middle school, and high school were all combined. And there are some schools like that, in the U.S., on like one big campus. And I mean, they had like an amazing facility. They had an amazing pool, you know, basketball court, everything. And then we went to a school in the slums in Kibera, and literally their their classroom was like the size of a kitchen. And I mean, it was tough because you try to imagine 30, 40 kids in one area trying to learn, you know, that's got to be crazy. And the area, which I guess was like the cafeteria, was literally like the size of a living room, you know, in a standard American living room. And that just blew my mind because we really got to see, you know, the differences in the areas. Because Kibera is one of the most impoverished slums, you know, where you want to start working with youth, you know, you want to start in the area where a lot of youth don't have much, you know, to look forward to, you know, because of where they come from. A lot of them, and even talking with them, a lot of them didn't know what their next steps were. You know, after school, it's like you go straight to working, you know, you got to provide for your family, you know, things like that. And we wanted to teach them that you can follow your dreams, you know, you don't always have to go along with the crowd. You can do what you want to do, and you can really be, you know, inspire others to do the same thing. I loved Vancouver. It was my first time in Canada. And the youth group there, we actually work with 7th and 8th graders. And they were amazing as well. They were very talented, very smart. They also got to speak with Usher because Usher was on his OMG tour. And they got to see his dress rehearsal, which was pretty cool. And working with the youth there, it was very inspiring because that was my first time working with that young of a group, and just seeing how knowledgeable they were, and you know how much they knew already was amazing to me. And being there and also giving them the Power by Service training, I was also able to spark a few of them, you know, and show them that they can follow their dreams and really, you know, use their talents and gifts to get involved. We actually have a leadership conference every summer where we actually invite all of the youth that we've worked with to Atlanta, and they get to stay for a couple days. I think this year it's like 3 or 4 days, and for those 4 days, it's just a chance for everybody from every city. Oh, we also have a chapter in London. I forgot to mention that. Every city, so London, Kenya, Vancouver, the cities in the States, all coming to Atlanta to just mingle, mix, you know, and it's a great thing, and it's a great time for everyone, you know, from different backgrounds to come together, you know, and work together. And we have workshops and things that we do like that. And then on the last day, we have the awards show where we give awards to, you know, the upcoming leaders, you know, in philanthropic work. Last year, I was actually a recipient of the 2011 Global Youth Leadership Award. And Ted Turner also received an award that night. So, you know, getting an award next to Ted Turner, you know, any time is amazing. I have. In 2005, when I first joined the program, you know, I was young, and Usher was like the celebrity, you know, the superstar, Usher. And now he's more like a big brother to me. You know, every time I see him, you know, he asks me how school is, you know, how I'm doing and things like that. He said that he really wants to inspire youth because youth are the future. You know, they're the future of the world. And nowadays, you know, because of the way things are, you know, technology, there aren't a lot of things that youth can do, you know, in a positive way, you know, to be inspired or to be pushed to, you know, follow their dreams. So the New Look Foundation, you know, when Usher started, it was started to really allow youth to focus on things that they love to do, because as you get older, it seems like you become busier, you know, you start doing a lot more, and you really start to lose sight of the things that you were passionate about, you know, when you were young. But if you're passionate about it while you're young, and you're being pushed to focus on that while you're young, as you get older, you never lose that. And then, you know, when you're older and you're old enough to now give back to other youth, you can keep that cycle going. Now the foundation, we have several pilot sites in different cities, because it started in Atlanta, and now we have leadership academies in New York, Milwaukee, Detroit, LA, and now Vancouver, Kenya. We actually have a group that's going to be traveling to South Africa next week. So we're going to start a chapter in South Africa. Definitely. New Look's been with me. New Look's been, you know, like another parent for me. Everyone in the program has been able to see me grow. When I first came into the program, I was 13. I was shy. I didn't really talk much. And now, they're sending me places to speak in front of, conferences and things like that. So I've also, when I look back, I see how much I've changed and how much New Look has given to me and how much they've done, what they've done for me. And I think it's only right that I continue to do work. And I hope that as I get older, I'll be able to work more through New Look and give back to other youth, that were just like me, when I started.